Welcome back, everyone. We're going to play a little bit of Phoenix now with the Black Splash. I have been interested in adding something is happening in the background. I have been interested in adding Creeping Chill to Phoenix because why not? And I want to see whether or not it can improve the deck's performance a little bit. This deck is very, very good at putting a lot of cards into the deck, so into the graveyard. So we should be able to mill our Creeping Chills pretty often with Consider, Dragon's Rage Channeler, or with Gaze, and that is sort of the purpose. And if we draw them, we can pitch them or we can cast them. So we're gonna keep this and we're gonna dig pretty hard for something. We're gonna dig hard for a land. Firstly, these two are gonna go into the grave. We're gonna draw the Spire Bluff. Yep, we're just gonna go with that, and maybe we're just gonna dig again. Yeah, I think we're just gonna dig again. Ooh, elves are coming in hard. Right, so these ones are gonna go into the grave for sure. Finale isn't bad, and we can expressive iteration. We have to be careful because elves can snowball like 1-2 turns. So turn 4-5 they might be able to kill. They're gonna have so much mana already next turn. So we need to pop. But we can't find fourth land. We cannot find a fourth land. I see. Oh well, oh well. Okay, well that's that. And we're also trying out Narcomoba. We hope to mill ourselves a little bit more consistently. Elves splashing Bojuka. People, this is elves splashing Bojuka Bog to just get rid of the opponent's graveyard. A tapped black land. Wow. Folks, this is... I don't even know what's going on. I mean... Well, anyway, our graveyard is gone and our opponent has an enormous board. Now we open 3 lands. But it's a bit too late. We're gonna lose this one. We're gonna lose this one for sure. Well, things happen. Nah, thank you. That would have been ideal a few turns ago. And this one is coming into our hand again. Yeah, that was a bit strange. Wasn't exactly the draw that I wanted. No, maybe not. I think I'm just gonna try and keep my synergy. Yeah, I'm gonna just try and force a synergy win here. I mean, that's what we are here for, right? 0 lands. So with the other deck, the Death Shadow, we drew very consistently 5 to 7 lands, but here we're like, that's a 0 lander. But Narcomoba and Phoenix go into our hand. God. What the heck is going on with this? Well, I mean, we have these cards in our deck, so sometimes we're going to draw them. But we need the Faithless Loot things sometimes, somehow. Maybe I should have mulliganed one more. Yeah, I think I should have. I think I just should have mulliganed one more. Well, let's see. Yeah. Wow. And then suddenly we get 6. I don't even know what to say anymore, man. What? One spell, 4 creatures, and 6 lands. We're gonna get a looting. That's something. It's not nothing. Finally, it goes into the grave from the deck. Yeah. Yes, please. Sure. I guess that's fine. We're gonna get a land. Yeah, let's just keep that under pressure and get rid of it maybe next turn. Sky Shroud Partisan. Bojuka Bog again? What the heck is going on with this elf deck? Why is it playing Bojuka Box? And why do they draw it so consistently? People, who came up with this idea? I mean, that's unholy. It's not Unholy Heat that's unholy. It's this. Who the heck had this idea? Honestly. God. Why? Why? Really, like, why? I'm just gonna keep milling here. Fuck it. If they have another Bojuka Bog, I don't know, we just concede straight up, I guess. And we can't do anything from then on. Okay, this worked out. I sent my Darcy. Yeah, sorry, this is a rage attack. I mean, I'm just so freaking pissed. It's unbelievable. What? What the heck is going on here? What the heck is my opponent playing? How do some people come up with these kinds of brews? Honestly. Oh, I should have put this in. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I don't care anymore. Man, it's like... I don't know. I don't know. Like, how do they come up with this stuff? They're just gonna sacrifice their Sentinel. They both have reach, by the way. I really would have needed the Anger of Gods. They also play the pathway. What the heck? So they play pathways and Bojuka Box to have access in elves to good graveyard removal. I mean, honestly, how many people are playing this version of elves on the ladder? And what are the chances that I meet I think, one person who does? I mean, I honestly don't believe that there is one more person on the ladder who plays this exact elves build. I don't believe it. I refuse to believe that there's anyone else playing elves with a bunch of freaking Blacklands and Bojuka Box and Leyline ones. It's incredibly unlikely. Simply incredibly unlikely. And yeah, of course, that's the first deck we run into with Phoenix. Playing Reach Elves and Graveyard Gate in main deck. I don't know. I don't know what to think, man. I don't know what to think. It's surreal. It's not real. It cannot be real that this is the matchup. Anyway, and we're not gonna win this. We don't have a graveyard. They're an elves deck, but they run Bojuka Box and Leyline of the Void, and they draw their Bojuka Box without any card draw every game. Okay, folks. I don't know. I'm just getting so upset with this game. It's just making me furious at the moment. It's sort of I'm at that stage when I'm just playing the next game in order to freaking win the fourth game and get the 100 golds and be done. It's pathetic. It's simply, yeah, it is. It is. It is. It is. God. I feel like every single deck in Historic is extremely greedy, and I'm just not greedy enough somehow. It's really how it feels at the moment. I'm very tempted to keep it because I mean these two cards together are pretty good. On the other hand, these two cards are not good at all, right? Yeah. That's true. They should not be in my hand. Especially not without a Faithless Looting or something. Yeah, I think this is much better. I think this is much better. Yeah. Wow. What a weird game, man. Opponent is mulliganing down to 5. Wow. That's interesting as well. Black. Fatal Push. Look at Fatal Push taking out my poor little Dragon's Rage Channeler. The frustrating thing about Historic is at the moment that no one is playing anything a little bit more a little bit less than highly optimized, and it often feels that that's exactly what I want to draw. It often feels that it's just enormously hard to fight through the decks because they all seem to have very similar and very, very good selection. Okay, it's going to be sort of decentish. We did deal quite a bit of damage this turn. We did deal a good amount of damage. Kami of the Bamboo Groves. Not sure what my opponent is up to be entirely honest. I mean, I have 7 in the air, so they didn't have Toad Season Faithless Looting. I'm very, very surprised. But the first game, man, that was just surreal, honestly. I don't even know what was going on there. What are they playing? Golgari, and they're playing these... They're playing these new alchemy creatures. Golgari. I mean, they're gonna have a lot of graveyard hate, I'm sure. Might want negate just to counter her ley line. Stormwing Entity and Drake to be able to survive a bit better in the late game. Just go down a couple of Narcomoebas. The Narcomoeba hasn't entered for free yet. Has yet to make an appearance. I only have 2 and I do not intend to craft anymore. 0 lands again. Very strange. That 2 Crackling Drakes. That's a horrible hand as well. If we would have a Faithless Looting, this would be okay, but we don't. Okay. That's a bit more decent. Yeah. I'm just gonna keep that. A Braid would have been good, right? Shush. Well, not much I can do about that. Not much I can do about that. Not that much I can do about that. We're going to bring Fatal Push. I mean, sure. It's coming a bit too late after Cage. Maybe graveyard strategies are just too vulnerable. Like, everyone is so afraid of them. There's just so much graveyard value, right? I mean, yeah, let's keep up. Let's try to dictate the pace of the game. Opponent has removal and we have to run them out of it. This is how they ramp. That's pretty cute. That's pretty cute. I like that, actually. I think that's powerful. I mean, they have 2 of that thing, so... We would need something... Yeah. It's tricky, right? I mean, we can't use Finale, and Yeah, maybe it's just better to keep the other spells, right? I mean, I can hardcast Phoenix, I can hardcast Creeping Chill. They're not great spells for 4 mana, but whatever. I mean, it's a 3/2 fire, and that's drains 3. So, nah, not that, buddy. Thank you. Absolutely no need for your shadows, whatever. Shadows diddly diddly do. Scavenging Ooze. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Well, we're gonna get rid of that, that's for sure. We're gonna get rid of your Ooze. So much graveyard hate, and they draw it all as well. Yeah, it's really tricky. Historic is in a weird place. Historic is in a very, very weird place. Nah, I do want to draw my 4th land. Whatever, man. I mean, that's life. Just eat it. Up to you. Historic is in a very, very weird place. Because on the one hand, it's a great strategic decision to just keep fighting graveyard decks. Yeah. Yeah. It's almost best not to use the graveyard. It's almost best not to use the graveyard. Yeah, that's quite funny actually. Nah, it's just gonna come to hand. Yeah. We're just gonna keep doing this. We're gonna cycle another one of their little mana boys. Channels, or maybe. Yeah, they're just gonna eat my graveyard, but that's okay. As long as they don't grow off of it, I don't mind. I don't really mind. You eat as much as you want of it, buddy. That's not how I intend to beat you. That's not how I intend to beat you. I intend to beat you with my Crackling Drakes, if I ever draw them, or with my, I don't know. Storm the Festival, that won't work with Gravedigger's Cage, will it? It will. Oh. What is the wording exactly on that? Look at the top 5 cards you may put up to 2 onto the battlefield. Creature cards. Oh, but Planeswalkers can. Creatures can't, but Planeswalkers can, and now they have a 6/6 reach. So never gonna get through that. Yeah, I think this is just over. Nice. Let's give it a go. Very interesting. I don't like the Creeping Chill Otherworldly Gaze package. If you want to splash black, I think going Tootsy's Painful Bond is better. Yeah, I think I have to agree with you. That's a good comment. I just wanted to give it a try. It did look attractive at first thought. I somehow remembered today when I woke up this package, and I remembered that at some point the modern version of the deck did play it. So I was like, maybe it's good enough for historic, but I think just for Domo, you're absolutely right. It's just not good enough at this point. Here in historic, and it's not primarily. I feel that it's not so much a power level question. it's a bit more about the meta is so full of things that can make good use of the graveyard that everyone is very, very wary of graveyard synergies and very well prepared against them. I mean, look at even that elf deck I was playing in the previous game. They were a straight up elf deck, but they were splashing for black just in order to run Bojuka Bog, a black land which is coming in tapped, and pathways. I mean, the pathways did make sense, and they enabled them to run Leyline, the black Leyline, to punish graveyard strategies. But look, I mean, this person is running probably 4 oozes, because otherwise they wouldn't draw ooze in every single game. And I'm not sure I will be able to enable. Yeah, we don't have. We won't be able to cast a big enough Unholy Heat at the moment, which is a problem. Yeah, Tootsie, Painful Bond is cracked. Pretty much any deck can splash black for that one card. It's a good card. Yep. 2 for 2 is a very good rate, and in Phoenix we don't really want to cast our 3 mana plus cards from the hand anyway, so the life disadvantage isn't that real. We could try that. I mean, that's actually a good idea. Why not splash for that? Toadseeds could be a good sideboard card, because Phoenix is sort of a combo deck, right? It does want to have... Oh, now we get the untapped land. That's nice, though. They do have to... Yeah, how annoying, how annoying. I mean, going with the Phoenix, going face with the Phoenix is always an option. But then again, maybe just looting an entity is good as well. Well, we can start with the looting and see where we go from there, right? We could Phoenix, but that would have to be... That would have to happen after we get rid of the ooze. And for that we need two more card types, right? Yeah. Well, actually we can... Do they have any creature? No. It only grows from creatures, right? So we can just double Unholy Heat it. I think I'm just gonna do that. I can live very happily with myself if I do that. I really want to keep the Den of the Bugbear because they also have the Hive, but is it gonna matter? Maybe not. Yeah, maybe not. Let's hope it won't. Because then we can cast here the Pathway, cast the Entity. And what we have to be careful with, we should not... But yeah, these two can go to the graveyard, basically. They're okay to go to the graveyard, because the mistake would be now to put anything into the graveyard that they can use to grow their ooze off. Yeah, thanks for the tip, just for Domo. I like that. I might give it a go. What? We used up... We didn't use the blue-black. I let the auto-tapper... Why would it do that, though, if we have another 1 mana red spell in our hand? Why not tap these two? I'm very tempted to just concede. I mean, I have a good force in the air, but I'm very tempted to just concede. And I don't even have the auto tapper on, do I? So it probably even asked me if I'm happy with that. No, I don't have the auto tapper on. Fox. I can be really stupid sometimes. What a mistake. What a brutal mistake. And they top deck Elder Gargoyles. Elder Gargoyles. Man, I haven't seen that card in ages. I haven't seen that card in ages. Wow. That's brutal, though. That's brutal. I can try and trick them into blocking with the Gargaroth. But even then, they can get like a 3/3 beast or something of it, right? Card draw or life or whatever. Wow! So even if I would have. Yeah, that can go. Even if I would have gotten rid of the ooze, I would almost be in bigger trouble in some ways. How many Gargaroth do they run? I don't know. Problem is, their ooze is gonna eat the Stormwing entity, grow into a 5/5, disable Darcy, and they have the life advantage. They can also activate Hive. They have card advantage. They have card advantage. I mean, this is insane. The black boy has card advantage. Yeah. Well, we got through a bunch of stuff. Okay. Oh, my life. Okay, I don't know, man. I don't really know what to do here. This is pretty entertaining, but I mean, they want me to. I have to attack with it, right? And they're just gonna eat it. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Good game. Yeah, Creeping Chill just didn't do it. I think it's a good card if you have some way to get through like most of your deck in 1-2 turns. But if you can really get rid of 40 cards or something, because then you get a lot of damage off it. But this way, it's just not doing it. Yeah, it's just not adding much. And gaze is very useful in enabling Phoenix. But again, the punch is not quite there. I'd want. Should I try out Bond? Why not? We only live once, and we could have like maybe some amounts of. Toadseas could be really good because we are kind of a combo deck. So defending our combo is actually pretty powerful for us. And then actually maybe 2 more C's could be something interesting to try out. We don't care that much about our life total. I think this deck looks very promising, but yeah, Creeping Chill is not the way. And this is the problem. This is the problem with the Black Splash. You see, like we have all these cards with red, and I don't know. I mean, we have some selection, but yeah, this is just much better. It's a bit excessive, but I mean, next turn, if we Darcy and then loot, we should be able to find something. Okay, we get another land. That's relevant. This is the second Phoenix I played today. Interesting to play the mirror. Yeah, Flame can be good, right? Should I try and stick Dorat? Maybe, and then pop off with whatever we can next turn. We have a pretty good chance of finding another threat, so... Sprite Dragon. Sprite Dragon mirrors. You can loot, definitely. Seeing more cards is good. Consider. We do need a bit more in terms of lands, yep. And can even loot again. I hope for a Phoenix. No Phoenix, but that's okay. Okay, our Sprite Dragon became pretty big. I'm actually more tempted to play more Sprite Dragons because I often feel that I'm digging, spinning the wheels, and at the same time I'm not really putting out threats fast enough. Darcy is an amazing threat, and so is the Phoenix, but I mean, that's just 8 cards, right? And even with a couple of Crackling Drakes, if there are only 1-2 Sprite Dragons, like 1 Stormwing or 2, it just feels a bit threat light. Especially in the later game, almost everyone has some kind of tool to remove the Dragon's Rage Chandler. People are so acutely aware of it. It's really the card that they just want to make sure is going to die as soon as it hits the board. So tricky. They discarded an entity, which tells me that they have at least 1 more big creature in hand. It enabled their Unholy Heat. And now they have a 4/4 Sprite Dragon as well. Tricky. So we're gonna go Darcy, Iteration, and hope to find our own Unholy Heat. And yeah, we do. So that's gonna come into our hand. Canal goes back. We cast Coast. And we remove their Sprite Dragon. Get rid of the other land. And the board is clear. And now they iterate. We even have the Den of the Bugbear mirror. Sprite Dragons, Unholy Heats. So just for demo, what else? Would you play anything else? If you would smash for that. Stormwing, sure. They're gonna bring that in as a land, the cave. Stormwing is a good blocker for our Darcy. I think first we want to loot and hope for another Unholy Heat or some way to get rid of the entity. Okay. Yes! Hallelujah! Hallelujah! This was lucky. This was really lucky. Okay. That was a funny turn. I mean, these are the turns which make you enjoy playing, which make you really enjoy playing Phoenix, right? Like these turns when you really dig through like 6 cards and find exactly what you need to solve the situation that you're in. Yeah, that was good fun. We did dig a bit more. Opponent they're thinking about whether or not they should loot. I think they're keeping up removal rather for Den of the Bugbear. That's my hunch. Oh no! Oh my god! I left the Narcomoba in. Yeah, this is gonna be a surprise for our opponent, if there has ever been one. There you go. What do you do about that? Right. It's not the creature they expected to see. Yeah, they're still sitting on the downholy heat and they're like, really? Really? Should I use my best removal on this measly 1/1? 2 mana 1/1 flyer. Well, mate, that's the proposition. Take it or leave it. Ah, the Drake is coming, yep. That's a bit more dangerous. That's ever so slightly more dangerous. Yeah, the first person who finds a Drake often gets a huge advantage in these matchups. Okie dokie. This is the reason why I lose many games, right? Dude. Ah. Luckily it doesn't have trample, so we can stonewall it with the Narcomoeba. We do have 3 Phoenixes already in the yard, no? 2, 3, 2, 2. Okay. We would need a very, very good draw. We would need something like a Faithless Looting or Consider to have a chance at chaining 3 spells here. If we could get one of our 2 finales, that would help. How many? So opponent had 1, 2, 3, 3 unholy heats. It's pretty good. Yep. I think we're just gonna go back to the good old. We're just gonna go back to good old blue-red because the black. It's not bad, but it doesn't quite cut it either. It just doesn't quite cut it. What do they have for 1 mana that they're keeping up? They're sitting on so cheerfully. Hello? Don't sit on it. Oh, I'm the one who's freezing? Yeah. We're ticking down, waiting for the server. Really? Uh-huh. I see. Okay, we need to restart quickly. Ah, OBS needed to reconnect as well. Interesting. And that timed out my arena client. Brilliant. OBS disconnected, so arena disconnected. Very considerate. Arena is like, mate, if you're not in the game, I don't want to be in the game. We're brothers. I see. That's how loyal Arena is to OBS. Look at that. It's a bit touching. Yeah, I'm ready indeed. Yeah, Benny is on the money. Benny is on the money because he's playing the Z version, which is far, far superior, as we can witness right now. Yeah, that can come into my hand. Sure. Get back 3 Phoenixes, and we don't die unless they have removal. If we would have gotten a Coast or Went or Pathway, we could have gotten rid of their Drake. Yeah, I feel like the consistency of 2 colors in Historic is just worth sticking with it. I tried the Hidatsugu version that someone played at the Kamigawa Open, and I felt the same way. It was hard to make it work consistently, and even when it did work, it just didn't deliver that much advantage as I would have liked. Yeah, some pretty easy pulls. Pretty easy cuts. And there we go. I've never ever chosen an Ajani as an emote, so I'm not sure what Arena is up to with this. One of these strange shenanigans when Arena takes the initiative and goes ahead and does something that's really, really not supposed to do at all. Right. What do we get? This is decent in a mirror. This is semi-decent in a mirror. We're gonna run out the Sprite Dragon, get in for one, hope that my opponent doesn't have removal yet or doesn't cast it on it, and then next turn we can grow it by 2 in response to a removal spell with 2 opts. Okay, that's so far so good. Yep, that was of course to be expected, but they have to pick something from their own grave. So they were a bit too keen there, maybe. Ever so slightly too keen. Okay. Opponent is considering very carefully. Should I exile 0 cards from their graveyard or not? Yeah, it's a very important consideration. Please do give it due tote. I would hate it if you wouldn't. I think I am gonna loot, because we need to bait out that lantern from them at some point. And this is a good way of baiting it out, I think. And if they also have Darcy, they have even more reason to get rid of my graveyard now. Which is what I prefer to them keeping the lantern around and getting rid of it later. They iterate. Yep. This is an interesting thing, right? Like how to deal with the how to deal with the lantern in the mirror game. How to deal with lantern in the mirror. Okay, they tapped out. They have 2 lanterns. But I think that shouldn't really hold us back. In fact, we should lean harder into the Darces, because if we do, the sooner we activate our Darces, the sooner they need to start using up their lanterns. Also, more cantripping can help us to grow our Sprite Dragon bigger, which is just very nice, of course. I think we're gonna keep this though. It's just too useful. And we found 4 opts. Okay. I mean, it's so far so good. You know, if they don't do anything and we just keep hitting them for 6-7, I'm perfectly comfortable with that. We have a little bit of removal. We can deal with one Crackling Drake or Storming Entity or something. Um, So, yeah, something. Not nothing. Not nothing, people. You have to value what you can get. Ah, they discarded the entity again because they're intending to shoot down. Oh, they're gonna have the 4th type so they can unholy heat dragon now. And that's gonna be the 3rd spell in the turn. So then they can also bring back 1 or 2 phoenixes. Well done. I mean, that's pretty well played from the opponent. I like that. I like that. It's pretty cool. And they don't even attack. Wow, very disciplined. Very, very disciplined. So we're gonna iterate here. Yard. Ah, dude. Dude really need that, but whatever. Yard, yard, and let's see what we get. Right, put that in my hand, send it back, get that, and shoot at the phoenix. And we need, what do we need? We need a land in the yard. We need a land. Okay, now they're all active. And we'll keep that. Yep. So the phoenix dies, and we have 6 in the air suddenly for this turn. Opponent has to crack their lantern. So we managed to fight through 2 lanterns. And we're going to get a Crackling Drake, and we have an iteration, and an Unholy Heat, and 3 darts on the board. So unless they have an Anger of God now, they have their own Crackling Drake. Okay. But they're sort of tapped out, right? So if we can activate... what should we do? Should we go with our own Drake? Or should we try to activate the Darces? I think I'm just going to have to try and activate Sorcery. So that's 1 type. Land, 2 types. Creature, 3 types. And we can loot. So that's going to come into our hand. That's going to go back. We can play the land. It's fine. We can loot. And we want an instant. Ox is okay. Land. Come on, 1 instant spell. Dude, don't be absurd. Okay, there you go. And, oh yeah, we have to discard 2. It's going to be those 2. And we're going to Unholy Heat. And we're going to try to mill a Phoenix. We haven't really seen any Phoenixes yet. As of yet. Okay, that was fine. I think we're just going to stick with that. Wasn't brilliant, but wasn't too bad either. We did get through it. Wow, that's an interesting hand. I mean, we're bound to find some lands eventually. We're bound to find some lands. Dispute is not that important at this point. I mean, I would rather dispute their iteration on turn 3 than dispute here. Or, you know, dispute a removal spell in the late game. Yeah, disputing an Unholy Heat in the late game or a Crackling Drake is what we should do. It's good. Well done, well done. We're going to play the next one and just hope that that one sticks. And this one would have been nice to catch out with Dispute. Sure. Opponent draws all the removal that they need. We need to start digging for lands though. If we don't get a few, we're going to be in trouble soon. So we're going to go for double looting here. And we're just going to try and get ahead. Now I am going to discard the heat, and I just hope that, you know, with the double expressive iteration I can maybe stock up later. Okay, immediately turns out to be risky move. Well, I like living on the edge, so... Okay, that's not bad. I think I'm still going to iterate here. Yeah, threats are pretty important in this matchup, so we're just going to keep that, thank you. Not a whole lot of lands, somehow. Not a whole lot of them. Sure. Very, very plausible. Well, you just need to complain and suddenly all your wishes will come true. Maybe yes, maybe no. It's pretty tough. It's a lot of damage. The problem is, if I cast Heat on the Sprite Dragon, they're just going to grow it. I think they're keeping up something, or at least they're bluffing to keep up something, and I believe them, to be honest. What did they have? It's Darcy, dang. So what do we do here? Yeah, this is not very good. I am gonna go with the Crackling Drake. It's a decent blocker, but if they activate the Darcy, we're pretty much done for good. Not great. If they have a removal spell, or if they can activate their Darcy, then we're just done. I mean, to be honest, in most cases we're just done here. I think that's the safest. We're gonna bring Sprite Dragon, and then I think we need to wait because we're on 3 3 health. This is annoying. Are they gonna attack? No. Then let's opt first. We don't really need more land. Oh, that's good though. That's pretty good. And then we could just go after the... We could go after the Darcy first, because I don't want them to have too much selection. And we can recast that next turn, right? So let's see. No, we don't want that. We're gonna cast this for 2. Remove the dragon. Maybe cast an iteration. Okay. Well, that's definitely going there. Casting that. Lantern is very good. A lantern could have been what I exile, right? Yeah. Okay. Okay, we win. Wow, that was a tough one. That was a tough one. Good grief. So actually, I think it would be nice to have to go... I'm most tempted to just go back to... Yeah, I'm most tempted to just go back to original Arclight and be a bit more all-in on creatures. Maybe this version is pretty decent. Maybe the fire just doesn't do it. Yeah. Yeah, just lean a bit more into the creatures. Yeah, I think I would be sort of content here. What could be useful? Some decent removal could be good. Is there other removal that could help? I'm thinking about the Storm's Wrath, or whatever that card was called. Is this still a predominantly red? It is. So... Maybe one more entity is good. The entity is pretty nice, to be honest. But Wrath could be nice too, as a sideboard card. I feel so. I mean, I just play one Ox main. Yeah. How many lands is that? 20? Maybe even 18 would be okay. But yeah, well, that should be fine. Yeah, this is a bit more threat dense. So yeah, hopefully that's good. And so recently, what have I been looking at? I've been thinking about playing a little bit with the mono green deck. That seems to be okay-ish. Probably tomorrow is going to be the right time to do that. Thank you all for your attention today. It's been fun. It's been nice to think around with Phoenix and Death Shadow. They're always rewarding, interesting decks. And that's it for today. If you liked it, follow. You can also check out my among the links my YouTube channel, and you can give me a like, and please leave some feedback. I'm always happy to learn more and get some ideas from the viewers. And have a great day. Take care. Bye bye.